What's going on? Happy Sunday, and I feel like a bag of shit.
Sunday fun day, man. It's Sunday fun day. You can't start with that shit.
Yeah. You look like a bag.
I got a cold, and you know, man colds. It's just.
Yeah. The older you get, the bigger of a baby you become when you get sick. Oh,
you know, if you wouldn't have cut off your mustache, your immune system would have been escalated.
It was protecting you from all the germs going in your nose.
It was catching it all right here, and then you were just giving it to your wife every time you kissed him.
Wait, you still kiss your wife?
Which lips? It depends, but yes.
So we're like we just started getting in the middle of. Well, I did. I got in the middle of breeding season, so I got like. Either I got 16 snakes roaming my room, or they're in other bins.
So you're just throwing snakes in bins and not knowing what you're doing. Kind of like what I do.
Well, I actually strategically did it, but like there's I'm doing that.
You're starting to act like the rest of fucking ball python breeders in this fucking hobby. You're not a rookie, Gerald.
No, I actually got some good pairings. This was strategic as fuck.
You know how many pairings I have this year? It's strategic as fuck.
One.
Fucking zero. I'm not pairing a fucking thing.
You're not even a fucking ball python breeder anymore.
I am. I'm taking a year hiatus on all reptile breeding.
I'm gonna say I called this last year, but I love you.
We know why. We know why.
We know why. Well, 100% we know why.
It's not fair, Gerald.
No, hey, I get it. Military takes over your fucking life, and like it's hard as fuck. I don't blame you one bit.
You wouldn't know what it's like because you didn't sacrifice.
Oh no, but I have friends that sacrificed, and I get it.
Stripping links. You were stripping your panties off, and I'm stripping links on rounds. That's different.
No, you know what? I gotta give it to you. You are a better man than me.
No, I don't know about that. Your mustache is way better.
My mustache is better. It just means I can grow fur. But other than that, you are a far better man than me because it is a difficult as fuck job to do.
It's really not that hard. I just tell people what to do and get drunk. That's fine.
We could see that with your tip top physique.
My physique is fucking tip top, sir. Okay.
What are you gonna do when you go overseas? You're gonna have to lose weight. They're gonna be like, nope, you can't come on the plane right now.
So in my defense, okay, you guys saw me last year. I was losing weight. I lost a lot of weight. I was doing good. Uh-huh. Then I had the knee injury and the finger injury and the shoulder injury. It just compounded, and now I'm back to fucking square one. So
the finger issue definitely got in the way.
It did, man. My finger, I mean, it kept me. I wasn't allowed to lift any weights, and this finger was all kinds of fucking contorted. So
Allison, is it real or is it fake?
It was all real. Fuck you. Almost as real. Actually, even more real, probably, than the fact that you might be an American before too long.
51st state. I'm excited.
The 51st state.
Now, if that happens, like I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. No more fucking sideys.
Right?
You know how fucking cheap it'd be to send you a hoodie then?
I don't think that as much as he said it, I don't think that would ever happen.
Well, you couldn't consolidate Canada into one state. It would have to be multiple states.
Well,
each territory would have to be its own state.
And Justin being the governor of all of them, like, come on, he can't govern a fucking bathroom. But anyways, we won't go there.
Anyways, let's say hi to the nice fucking people that decided to
Absolutely.
show us.
Absolutely.
Sammy
comes in and then leaves. The Pink Panther.
What up, James?
Brian and Holly.
How are they doing? So here's my question:
1%er. They're a 1%er.
They've tried at least. They didn't quit. They haven't given up. When most people thought they should have, they have fought through the adversities, and they are just giving it hell.
Yep.
Rich, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? Oh,
there he is.
There's our
Kevin,
guy, Kevin
is our number one fan.
showing love.
Thank you, Kev. Jason,
did you guys watch their? They did a pretty good job on their show. Him, Pink Panther, and Darren. It was entertaining to watch. I'll give him that.
Talking about what breed not to breed and everything else and everything, and Sammy's like, well, I just got spiders.
Yeah, like he misspoke like on minute 1 of the meeting and saying that I think the first question was, what would you not breed? If it would, and he's like, oh, I wouldn't breed anything, and then Jason was like, so you wouldn't breed spiders, and like, basically, Sammy just spiraled right downhill and screwed up.
And then I think Darren was talking about spot nose, and he's like, oh, I guess I do spot nose. So like, so the question,
We love Sammy. We do. We love Sammy.
We do, absolutely.
But there is a small language barrier there that is just speaking.
Yeah, it's called English.
It's not even friggin' like Spanish and English. It's just the thought process that goes from here to here. There's a gap. It goes and it takes a couple corkscrew loops, and then it comes out. And it's not always what he thought he was saying. I love Sammy. He's awesome.
And we got Dick.
Oh, the Dick.
What's going on, Dick? Batter up.
That's new. Aaron. I've seen that one before.
No. Hey, I'm always excited to see somebody new.
Awesome. Welcome.
Crystal.
That's a new person too. Gecko Diva.
15 minutes of lame contestant.
Dwight.
The Pie Man. Oh, look at that. That gorgeous
better half.
Mrs. Wood.
There he
Sloan, is. Darren. What's going on?
Charlie, thanks for popping in. We know that.
Speaking of Charlie, doesn't he have a new awesome fucking segment that's fixing to start popping out?
He does.
Will be on December 10th. Yep. I think it's one smart guy and a doctor or something like that. Maybe
one smart guy and a doctor with Charlie and what's that other guy's name? He's kind of a dick.
Patrick Mr. McKnight.
Doctor
far from me, and which will you?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. 9 p.m. They changed it. Charlie just said
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Okay. They probably changed it because
Christopher.
He's got to get some sleep to do his job.
Yeah, probably. There we go. Is that it? I think we have reached our limit.
Well, we got Chris. Chris is in the house. I like Chris.
We saw Chris earlier.
Yeah, Chris is the only other guy that'll show his boobies on film.
We seen him at Gettysburg. He's every last time I seen him at Gettysburg too. He's always a good guy to chat with and everything like that. We were supposed to go out together for some food though, but it didn't work out. But he's definitely a good guy to talk to. Look who it is.
Troy.
We have a late arriver, fucking Troy from Balls and Stripes.
Love it,
motherfucker.
Good to see you, Troy.
We should send Troy a link and bring Troy on and just bullshit with Troy one night.
Troy would be fun to talk to.
Troy, come on now.
He's only got like 36 years of experience, so
if you want me to send Troy the link, you just say it, and I'll send it.
You know what? If Troy replies back that he's actually still watching and he wants to jump on, just say yeah, and then we'll send him a link.
Troy is a veteran. You know, he's got more experience than all of us put together, and he's a good guy. Like I wanted to hate him so much last year, and I couldn't do it.
And he has wallpaper. I don't know if you guys have seen Troy's wallpaper.
Send the link.
Send the fucking link. Bring Troy on.
I'm going to do it.
But
right.
His wallpaper is fucking something to behold.
Oh, his wallpaper is like 1980s revisited.
We had many good conversations that whole competition. Me and him spoke a lot in the mornings and everything. He's fucking wealth of knowledge. That old man. Grandpa has a lot of wealth of knowledge.
Why are you calling him that? Like that's just mean.
As much as we wanted to hate him, he's still in our hearts. He has a spot here. He's kind of like the fat kid that stuck his fucking tongue to the telephone pole. You know, you think that's a dickhead move, but in reality, it's just funny and you love him.
That was pretty bad, but all right. So, as we're waiting for Troy to come on,
as we're waiting for me to do my job, yeah,
we're waiting. But
hey, I never said I was any good at any of this stuff.
I seen you dressed up with the lovely Mrs. And where did you guys go?
We had our annual cavalry ball. So it's our military ball for my unit here in Tennessee. We do it every December, and we get kind of Fridays, kind of the social. We go in and we get drunk and bullshit and reminisce and tell war stories, and then Saturday you get all gussied up and go eat really expensive, shitty food, and then you continue to get fucked up after that.
Expensive, shitty food.
Oh, dude, it was so bad.
Somebody tell Crystal to screw off.
It's $55 a plate.
Okay.
And we got steak and chicken. So you got both. You got a little piece of steak and a little piece of chicken, and then you got some veggies and some potatoes. But the steak, so Allie's steak was like this thick, and it was just dark the whole way through. Like it was eating a fucking piece of leather, dude. And she was like, she couldn't even eat it all. We ordered Papa John's when we got back to the room. It was horrible.
Is that like the money that the money that is given for the plates and everything? Does that go to a certain thing, or is that like charity, or is it just go to? Yeah, okay.
No, it's not for us. That goes to the cater. That's what the catering service charges us.
All right.
Yeah, but they need to find a new caterer because it's fucking horrible.
We got Troy backstage, by the way.
Bring him on.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bring him in. Hey, roll the footage.
There he is.
There he is.
What's up,
look at that beautiful mug.
Look, he took look, it's all new.
No,
it does look new.
Sorry to disappoint you guys.
What?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It looks clean. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's matching his fucking logo and shit.
Did you just take an oxygen filter, like an oxygen thing off and lay it next to you?
No.
Are you that close to death, old man?
What do you mean?
No.
I saw something corded.
It was a wire.
And I thought it might have been your oxygen mask because you're so old. And
no.
It might have been part of your 1970s ball python here.
No, so Spectrum sent us some new cable box and stuff to hook up so we get higher speed internet.
There it is. Always bettering yourself there.
Always growing. Look at him. Look at him. You wish you could be so fucking beautiful.
Long time.
And you know what?
No talking shit, man. It's been forever since we've just been able to shoot the shit with each other.
It has been a while. So
how's everything going?
Missed those days where me and Jared and Paul hung out and just shot it up during the contest. That was a lot of fun.
How's everything going with you, Troy?
Man, going good. Going pretty good. I mean, nothing to complain about here, that's for sure.
You finished your circuit of shows, I see, right?
One more for this season. I got a show Charlotte Repticon this weekend. So
okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
So look at that. You just been killing it. I've been seeing all your videos and photos, and you're creating some fantastic shit as always.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't really posted anything in a few weeks. The wife and I went on a cruise for Thanksgiving, and man, so prepping the week before to be gone for a week, and then getting home and just getting caught up. Today was all ultrasounding and pairing, and now I got to decide what females to let go, because I can't handle as many clutches as we could potentially have. Yeah, I think about 40 is my sweet spot, and the way things are looking, we could be pretty close to 80 if I don't go ahead and just sell off some breeder girls. So
Okay.
Or just don't pair them.
see, I can't do that. I would rather somebody else have that female and be able to produce something good with her, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather somebody benefit from that animal than me just sitting
Bitch,
on
if
'em.
you're eating, you're fucking. Let's go.
Yeah, you gotta earn your keep here. I got my original girl, my very first snake I ever bought. I still have her. She's the only one that gets the pass.
Okay.
On production.
So you guys, you heard it here. If you're needing a female breeder, hit up Troy.
I'm probably gonna sell off about 4 or 5 breeder pieds females.
So have you seen that pine's just not selling the way it used to be? Like we've seen a dip in pine over here in East Tennessee. And stuff.
So pieds are still selling, but how do I put this without sounding like complete a-hole? They just
do it.
Male pieds are like $80 to $100 around here. Like, it's not worth my time. This is where the dick part comes in. It's not worth my time to keep that female and keep feeding her and then feeding the male to breed a clutch that's only worth $500, $600, $700.
Right.
Like, I need that tub space for something else that can add another zero to that.
We were just talking about that before about pieds and everything, and I mean it's just like, I mean, it's saying you watch how fast the Desert Goes Clown, just how much it dipped in price. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know, you just now it's you're adding double, triple, quad recessives and you know, going into that realm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, my visual.
Even the clown pieds. Clown pieds are taking the dip. They're taking a hard dip.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah, clown pieds have dipped off pretty bad, but I sold all the clown pieds I took, and I took, I think, 5 or 6 of them to Tinley. Sold them all.
Right.
But they were all, like, I even had Mark Mandick come by and look at them. He couldn't say for sure they weren't.
Scrambler,
there you go. But couldn't say they were either. I had Chris Hernan look at them. He thought they were Scrambler. They are phenomenal. I mean, they were super low white, very, very, very orange. The pattern on them was absolutely crazy. And one kind of cool thing that I've kind of noticed on them too is on the ones that we were kind of leaning towards they could be Scrambler, is the color, even in the pods, the orange goes down into the belly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it bleeds into the belly. So it really, really cool. And it's like deep orange too. Like, it's not just, you know, kind of brownish orange. It's a really beautiful orange.
If there was technically what Scrambler, what snakes have you, I mean, to pop up in your collection? Was it a snake that you ended up buying? Or
well, so originally I bought a Super OD bongo male from Bob Vu. And the reason why I bought it is it didn't look like any other, and I've seen other Super OD bongos. He looked nothing like them at all, at any of the other ones. So I bred him, and he produced some crazy looking babies. So I know, so he thought, we were thinking, okay, well, it's just high OD and regular OD in that super. Kind of, that's what we were guessing. I do know the snake that produced the snake that I bought from Bob came from Ozzy. So you know,
potentially it could happen.
It's possible.
Yeah.
So since I made the mistake, before I realized really what he was and what he had, I do still have some of his crazy wild offspring, but I no longer have that that animal, that bongo. I mean, he's gorgeous, but a customer of mine came by and was looking through stuff, and I didn't really even have any plans to breed him to anything else. So she picked him up from me. And
Okay.
I need to send you some pictures because I also bought a snake off Bob. It was supposed to be just a hypopide, but I paired it to a pastel pied. You know, trying to make some extra hits, some hits, or visual hit. And man, I got some wonky shit out of this. And I'm like, and I messaged Bob, and we all know Bob tends to downplay some of the things that are in his collection. He doesn't like everybody to know what's in there. So I got some shit that I'm like, there is no way that is head influence or just pastel, because I know what pastel pied looks like, and I know what head influence looks like. When the whole fucking snake changes, it's not that.
Yeah, I have another animal that I think is probably Scrambler that actually came from Bob Vu, and he is a visual clown pied. And now clown pieds can be kind of crazy looking anyway. Like some of the patterns on them can be pretty wild anyway. But when I bought this particular one from Bob years ago, when I saw him, I kept asking him, what else is in this? What else is in this? And he's like, nothing. It's clown pied. And I'm looking at his table. I go, that's clown pied. That's clown pied. That's clown pound. Okay, so what else is this? Because this doesn't look like anything else. He's like, as far as I know, there was nothing else in the pairing. So I'm like, well, I'm not walking away from this snake.
I'll take that.
So I'll just take, So I bought it. And then, so the daughter to the other snake that I got from Bob and that snake that I got from Bob are the ones that are producing these crazy wild clown pieds. So
very cool.
And
sometimes you gotta take a gamble.
Dream. What's that?
Sometimes you gotta take a gamble on the oddities and say, hey, I'm willing to figure out what this is.
Right.
I mean, that's dinkers. That's what people do with dinkers. That's how we got the shit that we've got now.
We're talking to someone that just hit something, right? that your snake. What are you talking about? Is it the ninja?
Oh, the samurai. Yeah. So that's kind of a crazy snake too. And actually, the mom, I actually ultrasounded her today. She was up to 15 millimeter follicles. So looks like she is going to go again for me. So hopefully, I'll hit some males out of this next clutch and be able to really start plugging it into a lot of stuff next year. That baby, I need to post an update photo of that baby because it has changed a lot. Like it is dark maroon now. Like it is wild looking.
Did you hit any supers with that? Like have you doubled back yet to try to hit supers?
Oh God, I wish. No. So the first viable clutch that mom ever laid was last season. And so I only got 4 eggs, or only 6 eggs. 2 went bad in the incubator within like weeks, and I was like, oh great, yeah, here we go. So 4 survived, all females. 2 babies obviously got the genes down from mom because her pattern's kind of crazy, but her color did not pass at all.
Right.
So the mom has a really kind of crazy whack pattern, but she's more of a kind of like a greenish tint to her. She's more of a green than anything. And then, but yeah, the reaction it had with Calico and Yellow Belly is just phenomenal. Like they are maroon snakes.
Very cool.
So
that's cool. So you should just keep working with it until you get some full combos and everything that you figure out what that is, huh?
Oh yeah, well, just not even that. Like I'm trying to really temper my excitement over the whole thing too. I mean, it's pretty wild looking. I took her to Tinley Park. Like the first person that really kind of saw her, like big time breeder that saw her away from the building. I took her to Bob's show in Atlanta, and Justin came over and looked at her, and he thought she was really cool looking too, that he had never seen anything like it either. So, and she had already started changing colors by then too.
Okay.
So I showed him pictures, the video, and a few other, and then he's looking at her. He looked her over pretty good. He thought she was pretty cool looking. He's one of the few people I showed him videos of mom, and he said that he would like to be updated as it goes along.
Yeah.
But so at the same time, though, there's so many genes out there that I just want to also make sure it's not something I just haven't seen before that's out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Have you
I don't
done
want
any genetic testing on it yet? Just have you done a
Yes.
panel test
So
with
full
RGI?
panel. Yeah, full panel. Like, but that doesn't really say a whole lot because I mean they're just scratching the surface on what's out there. I mean, I have red stripes that
at
are
least you
testing
know what they
negative.
tested. It's none of what they have available.
Anything they test for right now, the snake I've been showing and the sibling are negative for everything. But I'm going to say negative for other genes other than yellow belly, which we already knew she was yellow belly and calico. So, but no, they're not testing for anything else at this point that they test for. So
that's awesome, man. Congratulations. I mean, that's
exciting
itself is a big thing because there's so many people that just come out now and say, hey, we've got a new gene. Here it is.
Yeah.
Without doing that. And then they come back a year later, 2 years later, and they found out it's this. Sorry, it wasn't a new gene.
I'm trying to be.
You invested $30,000 in something.
All right. Well, so I'm trying to not to be that guy that's going to be like, "Ooh, I got a new gene," and then market it as something, and then all of a sudden, people are like, "Oh, well, that looks like this." Oh no, it's not. And then like I don't want to be Hans and saying I got hurricane when I bought a trick from somebody and now I'm going to market it as something else. No shade to him, but here's the thing though, and I'm going to give Hans some serious credit because that dude championed that gene like nobody's business. Like if it wasn't for him, you know what I'm saying? Like he sold it. I mean, he sold it. He promoted it.
Hurricane was better branded and better marketed than Trick was. And lit.
100%. 100%. So, gotta all props to him about that. And who knows? He may have thought maybe the one that he had, the visual, the trick that he picked up just wasn't a great example of it, but it threw some nice examples. And he thought, oh, well, damn, I got something different. Who knows how that really went down, but I'll give the man props and just saying that he did a great job on that. Somebody was asking if they were asking about having picks if Sky High morphs. On my Instagram, Balls and Strikes Pythons. Balls and Strikes Python's Instagram. There are videos and I think one or two update pictures on her, but not in the last month probably.
Right. So going back to what you were talking about earlier, just wonderful human being. We're gonna say Bob Vu. If you guys have extra money, hit him up. He's doing the toy drive for Tots.
Toys for Tots.
And so hit him up on his Instagram, on his Facebook page. You can see where to send the. You guys are better in this than I am in the States.
I think it's on his link. I think it's on his bio.
Yeah, I think it goes through Wednesday. So yeah, it is a great cause, and I can totally vouch 100% every penny that guy gets for that goes straight to those kids.
Yeah, 100%.
I've seen the pictures of all the toys that they have bought with all that stuff. So it is completely legit. 100% of your money's going to go to them kids. So
and he's a wonderful human being. He does it every year. He's having an issue this year reaching the volume that he would normally hit. His Facebook got taken, his Instagram got taken. So if anybody can share, send this to someone, hit up Bob Vu, and let's get him some money.
So Troy, man, I got a question for you.
Yes,
we were all in the same year of 15 Minutes of Lame.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
He's dying.
Yeah, man, that's friggin' Cab Ball. All those people. I've got something going around now. Chloe's sick. I've got a little cough. I'm trying to fight it. Anyways, we were all in the same year. We were all in the same group. You had done this. You had been breeding reptiles for a little bit longer than the majority of us have that were on the same year group as you. That's no slight. I know we poked fun at you about it. What did you learn? What takeaways did you have from doing the 15 minutes of lame competition that you have now implemented into your business that help you grow to this day?
Hey, what's up, T?
Well, straight from the show, it was a big lesson in social media. How to interact with people on social media, posting more, what gets more views, what's, can gain more followers, stuff like that. Now, lately, I've been slacking on it because it's been so freaking busy with the show schedule. It's been brutal lately. And then we took a week-long break. But first of all, being on 15 Minutes Lane was absolutely phenomenal. And if for anything, if anybody ever wants to be on there, if you are invited to do it. Because number one, it's a lot of exposure if you campaign. Like I will throw shade on people who went on 15 Minutes Lame and didn't bother campaigning. You missed out on a golden opportunity to really advance your business and your people who've even ever heard your name. So that's number one. Number two, you make friends. You make friends. Like all three of you, I consider friends. Like
Absolutely.
if anytime I'm ever traveling through Tennessee or next time I make it to New York or when I finally do get up to Canada, like all of y'all are getting phone calls.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's go out to dinner. Let's hang out. Or if y'all come up to Tinley Park or out to a show I'm at, we're hanging out. No doubt. So making friends along the way as well. So even like Brandon from Nixon Reptiles, like, I've had some really great conversations with him, even the last few shows.
Yeah.
So, just being on the show, gets your name out there, gets, how do you say it's, it generates interest, completely generates interest. That I think that's the best thing. Keeping your name and your brand in people's faces, just so they, if for no other reason, they can check out your social media and see what you're producing and what you're working with. And, oh, wait, hey, I'm working that project.
Right.
So, but I do slack a lot in a few areas. Number one is YouTube. Like I've got all the camera equipment in the world where I could get a YouTube off the ground.
Right.
I just haven't done it. It is like freaking all hail to the guys that are doing YouTube, because oh my god, that's a lot of work. Like Shane Kelly and or even Leviathan, for them to keep up with all that's phenomenal. I don't, doing most of all the snake and the rat work myself, other than really cleaning tubs and stuff. Like time is of the essence, and so it can be very challenging. But I'm slacking big time in that, in the YouTube aspect, and being more consistent. Like also Facebook, there is a Balls and Strikes Pythons Facebook page. I'm maybe once a month, maybe I get on there.
If you connect your Instagram and your Facebook, you could just post on Instagram and it automatically.
If you can get that done for me, like I'd pay you, because I'm going to tell you right now,
it's super easy. It's super easy to connect.
No, wait, hold on. My Instagram is hooked to my personal page, and I cannot get it to disconnect and then reconnect over to the Balls and Strikes page. I've even had computer guys look at it and they can't get it to go either. Every time it says it's hooked to Balls and Strikes Pythons and I post to Instagram, it pops back up on my personal page on Facebook.
You're like,
never.
I noticed when I go to post on Instagram, so I have my personal page and my business page, but they're all connected to the same email.
Right.
But I have a box I can click to show which one I share it to. So it connects all three of them to my personal, my business, and my Instagram. But I just click on which box it reposts it to.
Well, Crystal says she has the same issue. So
mine works seamlessly, so I don't care.
So
You
what I was
you
told,
come to Tennessee, Troy. I will educate your old man ass on some fucking Instagram.
And Crystal. And
I
Crystal.
have had some guys who are like experts at this, and they all say basically I would have to delete off completely the balls and strikes page and profile, and then
No.
redo it,
Yeah. It's
and then
not happening.
rehook it back up.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
fuck
Yeah,
That's not happening.
God forbid,
On
you know,
Facebook.
like it doesn't
On
reboot. Yeah.
You know what?
Have you-
Bob Vu is now having to rebuild his goddamn pages. And
Yeah, but
that sucks.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, that was all so dirty. Like somebody like reported his page like 100 times the day before the Atlanta show. Like,
so we're
gee, I
not
wonder
pointing
what
fingers,
happened.
but we're pointing fingers. Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, I'll point fingers. I don't care. Yeah. 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 When it comes to guys like Bob Vu or Josh Lundberg at Ball Python Shed or Garrick DeMeyer, some of those guys, if you're going to mess with them, believe me, I don't have no problem naming names. When you attack friends, believe me, I'll name names.
Right.
I'll spill tea on guys that want to cause trouble for no real good reason.
He politely did it in which show is he on this week?
Oh yeah, Brian's show. Yeah,
he's on. Yeah, that's right.
What's in your cup?
What's in your cup? He politely did it there and said it was coincidental that just before that show that his stuff all disappeared. So
yeah, I mean it wasn't coincidental that exact weekend got booked also in Atlanta. I was one of the people that also forwarded the email from Reptilian Nation saying they were not returning to Atlanta.
Yeah, I think you did, and so did Leviathan.
Yeah, there was others. There was several other people
for sure.
Yeah. So
what's in your cup is it's a good show when it comes on.
No, the cup is not back. It's still just the sporadic. What's in your cup?
He sporadically does his show now.
Yeah,
but,
he does it about once every month and a half.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't have a problem with that because the last few ones he's done were really good. I mean, it's not just him rambling on about nothing.
Right.
It's got good,
content.
Brings guests
content
on, great content. Yeah, it's not. Doesn't seem forced.
I can't keep track of it. I can't keep track of when it is. You know what I mean? Like if when it was every week, I knew. Hey, I was tuning in to the show this day, this week. I'm gonna do the work. I was gonna listen to it and listen to him talk shit. But now I'm like, shit, I missed it because I don't remember.
He's trying to do a better job. He did advertise this one about a week before it happened. Because he had Charlie on, who he fully endorsed and said he's giving all million of his votes to. He had who else did he have? He had Bob Vu, and he had.
Well, you notice though how Brian will wait for a week or so to see who jumps out to an early lead before he backs that horse, right?
So he thinks that he'll be like 100%, right? Because he said he's called each. Well, how many shows?
Yeah. He's picked the last 4 winners.
So I know he picked the one last year. That's for sure. So
shame on him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Where the hell's my goddamn broom?
Yeah. So I enjoy the guy's show. I'm gonna just tell you right now. I enjoy Brian's show. I know there are people who don't, but I don't enjoy when he gets hung up on like Darian or MJ. It's like, come on, man. Like something else. Let's go. Some other content will be good. So like there's things about Darian. I know there's people that hate Darian out there, but I'm gonna tell you right now. So not this last month, but last year at St. Louis, there was a lot of vendors having a really bad show at NARBC St. Louis where they hadn't sold anything. And that man went around that show asking people how they were doing. And if they said that they hadn't sold anything, he bought something from them. So they didn't go home not selling a thing. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that at all. So, and he does stuff like that. The guy gives a ton of money to USARK. So I know there's issues, and I know he's stepping on people's toes with the shipping and other things like that. I get it. I get it. The guy's a businessman, but personally, he's always been good to us. You know, he's been good to Margaret and I have seen him do so many good things that, you know, I'll never bash the guy. So
not all people are evil. Like you know, there's good in everyone, and sometimes it's a little harder to see, and not everybody's a bad person. You might see the bad in them, but they probably do some good on their own.
Yeah,
absolutely. And he wasn't looking for nobody. He didn't tell anybody he was doing it.
No.
You know, he just went around. He just wanted to make sure that people weren't, you know,
everybody covered their table costs. Everybody covered their table costs or close to,
or at least something. He just didn't want people to go home empty-handed. But so
I know you were talking about you have one more show. Is that the February show?
No, it's next weekend.
Coming up. What are you doing? Are you doing Bob's show in February?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll probably see you there.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll be back there vending again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that shows. I'm going to tell you right now. There's a really good shot that show could be like the next big national show. Like
you heard it here, guys.
Oh my gosh, a lot of the big dogs were there. A lot of them.
Well, he's doing.
What's that?
He's not doing it. He's doing a great job of putting money into it to make sure that the vendors actually get the most out of the show, and he actually cares about all the sellers of that show, which means the world.
Right. Oh, absolutely. You know, the thing is, you know, when you, as a vendor, right, when you pull up to that venue and there's like 2 or 3 guys standing outside as you pull up going, hey, you need any help unloading anything? Hey, do you need a cart or anything? You know, like, we got extra carts, like we can help you.
Cool.
I mean, are you kidding me? Like they'll bring you right in, show you where tables are, help you unload stuff if you need it. Like, he has guys out there to help everybody. And then during the show, one of his guys, or even Mary, Bob's wife, Mary, must have came by the table 3 or 4 times over the course of the weekend to make sure we didn't need anything. Like, nobody treats their vendors better than Bob.
That sounds like it. You know, it should be at all shows, but it's not.
Yeah.
So
the only other show that even remotely came close was Troy and Nick's show, the All American. That was pretty close.
Mm-hmm. So maybe there's something there, you know, that he's doing that, you know, and it'll catch on and everything. But that's pretty cool.
Bob's a smart dude, man. He's smart. Yeah. He's a good publicist. He's a good what do they call that? Marketer. Yeah, he's a good marketer. He knows how to reach the people that need to be reached. Yeah, his advertisement skills are on point, and his personability is great.
Absolutely.
A dude that can just talk to anybody and make you feel like you're a normal human being. Even when he's got a full table, you got a question, you ask Bob, and he's going to come up and tell you. You know, he's going to give you his honest opinion. He's going to tell you, hey, reach out to me if you got any questions, and you will. I've reached out to him multiple times as a nobody. When I'm in my first year of breeding, I reached out to him. He's like, yeah, here you go. This is this. He's like, you may have this, but probably not. But man, he's a genuinely nice guy. He cares, and he knows how to make a business work.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, another thing about Bob, years ago, that's actually probably one of the best things that ever happened to me was befriending Bob, just making friends with Bob Vu. There's been times where I've been over to his place and looking through some animals that I'm thinking about purchasing, and he was the first breeder to be like, well, what are you going to put that to? Well, what are you going to do with this? Well, that doesn't really kind of fit your breeding plans. Like, why would you want to do that? Don't buy that. You know, like, yeah, I mean, it's a cool snake. Yeah, it's a cool, beautiful snake, but that's not, I mean, why waste your money on that to have a snake just sitting in the rack just because you don't have that? So, you know, he was kind of the first guy to really make me stop and think about projects and not just getting what's cool or what I think looks cool, or just without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So Bob, also, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I try to give people when they ask me is, when you're buying an animal, and this goes like across the board, whenever I'm buying a snake now, I will not buy an animal if it has a gene on it in the animal, like if it's a multi-gene animal, if it has an extra gene, like I'm just going to pick on pastel, like pastel, that I don't want in that project, I'm not buying that animal. I'll wait and then find the right animal, because inevitably you're going to hit the combo you want, but it's going to have that gene you don't every single time. So
because you don't want to make the dirty sock snake.
What's that?
You don't want to make the dirty sock snake.
Right. Well, not just that, but I mean, if you have a specific project and you're trying to hit a certain color or certain pattern or whatever, there is something in there you don't want. Even like leopard. I've not bought stuff because it had leopard in it, because I know leopard's so overpowering. It's like, oh, I'm not going to buy that snake because, man, if I hit what I want and it's got leopard, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that'd be like one of the biggest pieces of advice too. That actually trickled down. And actually, now I think about it, I think that might have either been Bob or Josh Lundberg from Ball Python Shed that told me that.
All right, Troy.
One of those two guys.
Coming back full circle. We're going to hit this year's 15 minutes of lame competition.
Oh yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of competitors. There's a lot of people There's a lot of people that know us. Whether they have 143 votes or 224,000 votes. Who is your pick? Who do you see as the front runner in this 15 minutes of lame competition?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Just popularity vote.
Hold on. Who would I like to see win, or who do I think is going to win?
Both. We'll hit both. First, who would you like to see win? And then second, who do you think is going to win and why?
Okay. First of all, I'm going to preface this by saying there are several, matter of fact, I'm going to say many people in this competition that I would love to see win this.
Awesome.
So Crystal, I'd have no problem with Crystal winning. Charlie, Reagan, Renee, Ink Lady Morphs, those ladies are awesome. I consider them friends. Several others. However, who do I think Charlie is probably going to win from Reagan, Renee. That's my guess. But who has like my full-on endorsement? I'm going with Josh and Alicia from the Herp and Harbins. I've had a relationship with them for a while. They're awesome, amazing people. They're people that we love seeing, and we interact with them a lot at shows. They vend some of the same shows we do around. So, yeah, I'm gonna throw my endorsement for whatever that's worth, which is probably zero, absolutely worth nothing.
Technically, they're in the same boat as you, right?
I will say though, I have voted every day, and I will admit I did not vote for them every single day. I've actually thrown a few votes to Crystal.
I'm doing the same thing. So I've got 2 votes a day. If you disconnect from your Wi-Fi, well,
an extra vote. Yeah, absolutely. So, but Herp and Harbins, man, they're awesome. I think another thing I really love about them too is they're diverse. They don't just have ball pythons. They have some of the most amazing hognose snakes you'll ever want to see.
The same could be said for Crystal. Not that I'm fighting for Crystal's votes, but she has the most pristine geckos I've seen in this industry.
Awesome. Oh, awesome.
And I got to see this firsthand. I don't know if you watched our show the other day, but when we were up in Canada, I got to look. We set up. Me and Allie helped out with Gerald and Crystal's show, and we helped vend for them. And, just sat there and gave them a little piss break here and there because it was their stuff. But I will tell you this: Crystal from Gecko Diva, her geckos are the only ones I've seen that every gecko I looked at was healthy. and it had its tail, and she could pick it up and hold it, and it did not drop its tail. It did not do anything crazy. She held it right there, and you could tell she took pride, and she was very confident in the animals that she was breeding.
Yeah.
Now, I am a avid Herp and Harbin's advocate, and I vote for them with most of my votes. But Crystal also gets a lot of my votes, and Allie's votes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
they get most of mine. And again, just like you were saying, I vote twice a day. I vote on and off the Wi-Fi twice a day. They get probably 80+% of all my votes, and then Crystal gets the other ones.
Yeah, as long as that one douchebag doesn't get.
That's it. Honestly, the thing that Crystal got working against her the most is that dude right on the screen right there.
The dude right here.
This one?
Yeah,
this one? What's funny? What's funny is I think people think I help Crystal, and the worst thing is I don't. And that's the funny thing about it. So like, I couldn't tell you the difference between a goddamn pinstripe and I don't know a phantom. I have no idea.
You're talking about gecko.
We're going on in that
okay,
room.
Hold on. Okay, so just from things that talking to people around the whole that are voting and all that.
Yeah.
Usually people will say, if they're voting for this person or that person, what hurts her with you is you were on last year.
Yeah,
I think
I would know.
People
and you're not naked.
I think
and
some
showing
people are
your
holding it
chest
against
for her.
Pardon me?
He's not naked and showing his chest for her. He should.
Yeah.
He should.
I mean, he needs to.
Yeah. He should.
He needs to do
clickbait.
like that whole.
I'll get naked for as long as
thing was. I mean, dude,
I'll get naked
come
for
on, man.
I would gladly get naked for her if it's going to help her. But in all honesty, this is about her, not me. And that's what, like,
I agree. I agree.
I think people got to understand that, like, I don't know nothing about geckos. I don't deal with geckos. So when we got in this, we originally got into the ball pythons. I kind of took over that because I feed them, I water them. That is my thing. I just deal with it. It's sort of like, I'm sure when you do it, Troy, you kind of got your methodology. You walk into the room, you work from left to right, you do your tour, and that's your thing. You know which ones ate, which ones didn't eat, and you have your way of doing things. You don't want anybody to touch them because you don't want anybody to screw it up and something doesn't get fed or vice versa. So before me and my wife got a divorce, I kicked her out of the snake room. So she picked up another hobby and she picked up geckos. And I'm like, okay, that's your thing. I don't want nothing to do with a frog with a tail. So she deals with geckos. And what's funny is people like geckos so much more, or they're so much more adaptable to individuals. Like people, when she goes to, and because Crystal pays for her own booth, like we went to CRBE and Crystal paid for her own booth. She had her own table, and actually 3/4 of the judges can attest to this. Chris can attest to this. She had her own table. I didn't even watch her table. Ali covered her table on Crystal's pee breaks. But we just don't see eye to eye. I love my wife. I will do anything for my wife, but this is her own thing. She spends her own money. We have two completely separate views on the hobby, the industry, and we'll never see the same.
Yeah.
So I would like to, if that's a thought of people, is treat her as an individual. Don't treat her as me, because I am not the same as her. I don't have the same views as her. I don't have the same opinions as her. And we definitely, when it comes to views, fight more than anyone. I would get along with Troy better than my wife. And that says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clarify that. You mean in your snake room?
In the snake room. In the snake room. Not in the bedroom.
No.
Troy, you're cute and cuddly, but not in that way.
I appreciate that.
Boy, man, we really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
Of course.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much. It's been too long. We need to get you back on for a full segment, which this pretty much was. But you know what? We got to get you back on next season. So
absolutely.
Well, you'll be showing up once we start going through contestants for the season 4 and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, 15 Minutes of Lame is always so much fun. I love seeing all the ads. I love seeing, people being creative and coming up with cool and fun stuff. And that's one thing, that people that's in the contest don't lose sight of the fact that it's all just in good fun.
Yep.
It's just a good time. Have fun with it. I mean, who cares? It's not going to make or break your career or your business. Just have a good time with it. And,
absolutely.
And make friends with everybody,
absolutely.
Do what you do. So, all good.
Troy, we love you. Thank you very much, buddy.
Love all three of you guys.
Thanks,
Cannot wait to
Take
meet
care,
you.
Troy. Thank you for
go
stopping
out
in.
and have dinner
Yeah,
with
man,
every
thanks.
single one of you. Cannot
absolutely.
wait. So,
All
all right, guys. Thanks for having me on.
We're going to
Appreciate
keep you backstage, brother, and we're going to finish this up, and we'll hold on, and we'll holler at you in the backstage.
it. All right, will do.
All right.
Bye.
Guys, this is another episode, but this was supposed to just be us, but we brought a special guest on, and everything was fine. And we did great. We did great. Beautiful. It was wonderful. It was the best. It was the best. It was almost like making Canada part of the United States. You know
Shut
what
up.
I'm saying?
Stop.
The 51st state. No, that was an awesome episode, guys. And Troy is absolutely a blast. And definitely one of the competitors I loved shooting the shit with and talking to during the competition. This is honestly about having fun. It's about, enjoying yourself and making the judges have a really tough choice and picking between who does great animals, who does great reels and all that fun stuff. So for all that being said, we love you all. Are we doing a show next week, boys?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll be doing a show. Don't forget though. Hold on, we got a couple of announcements. I think so besides the 10th with the new show on Fat Man Nation with Charlie and Patrick, I think the 26th he has I think it's a Zoom call with the celebrities. So I think that Zoom call is going to be with Justin.
So sign up for the Patreon, because if you don't sign up for the Patreon, at least the lowest tier, you don't have access.
Yep. And then on the 28th, his new show with Benny. It's going to be the amputee show.
Okay.
Definitely catch that. I'm looking forward to seeing what Benny and Chris are going to be talking about and doing.
I believe you're missing is it the 18th through 20th? He's doing is that going to be live?
You're going to be doing debates?
Yeah.
So yeah. Oops. Oops, I missed that. So don't forget
the most important one.
15 minutes of lame debate.
Could be a make or break here right there for the debates. So everybody have a good night.
Who do I get to say sorry to in person?
Does he have anything tonight? There's nothing. There's nothing tonight.
No, I think the Fat Man took a little bit of a break because of the 15 minutes of lame. He's letting everybody do their stuff, and he's kind of letting them take the center stage, as it were.
All right. Well, there we are.
Gentlemen,
so, love you
guys, keep posting your reels. We love them. And keep doing the amazing job you guys are doing, showing off those beautiful animals, showing off your personalities and all those beautiful reels. So peace out.
Have a good night.
Thanks for everything and coming out.